Wagwan people, it's your boy Uche again with another, I guess, late night video. Let me ask y'all a question. Bear with me, I just woke up by the way. I know AI, artificial intelligence, is the newest craze right now. And AI has been growing, I guess you can say exponentially for the past few years. Y'all remember that first Will Smith AI eating spaghetti? And then compared to what we have right now. So AI has been it's been around for a while, and it keeps getting better. Okay, there's still some discrepancies in AI generation. With the hands, for some reason AIs, they just cannot fix the hands for some reason. And y'all seen those scary AI videos and pictures and things like that. They're interesting. But let me ask y'all a question: do y'all think AI is real? Do you think those generated images are sentient? And be honest, this is not a trick question. For the most part, most people would say that they're not real. Which it'd be fair for them to say like that's not real. Like this is just sort of like a copy of us, if that makes any sense. Like if you were to type into Chat GTP, create an image of a family graduating or a family going to a son's graduation type of situation, right? Chat GTP will create that image, but that image is a copy of the things that it's seen us do on the internet. So most people will say that it's not real. Okay, we might try to debate and argue as a sentient or not, blah blah blah, but the generated images themselves are not real. That's how I feel about this world, or at least a lot of things in this world. Imagine a lot of the things that you encounter in this world are not real. Imagine a lot of the people you encounter in this world are not real. Think about it. At our stage in our existence today, look at the AI, look at the technology we've been able to create in the name of AI. It's almost indistinguishable. And we are still fallible human beings. Like, for the most part, shout out to humans. We're pretty smart for the most part. But in the continuum of everything, our knowledge is so fallible. Our knowledge is just still so laughable compared to the infinity of knowledge that can be, or maybe not even infinity, but the vastness of knowledge that humans can possess. And yet we have something so cool as AI generation. Like we've been able to generate so much cool shit. Imagine if AI continues to grow exponentially. Imagine the shit that we can be able to achieve with that same technology. Imagine like 100 years, in a million years, in a billion years, in a trillion years. Who was to say that the same technology does not keep growing to the point that it's able to manifest a real life state reality where your consciousness is able to visit? That's what I feel about this world. This world, like let's talk about this universe, for example, or maybe like this thing we call life is not real. It's sort of like an AI, artificially intelligently designed reality where our souls get to journey. So I can definitely speak for myself, but I can't really speak for anybody else. So in this way, in this world, I am a traveler. I have traveled. My consciousness has traveled and merged with an AI generated image, which is called Uche, which is understood as Uche. But this Uche feels conscious, feels sentient, because the consciousness is not Uche. So therefore, in this world, I am Uche. However, outside of this world, I'm not Uche. I just am. I don't even know what I am, but like I can't really remember who or what I am because I had to lean into this travel, if that makes sense. And I believe that there are other people like myself, who are here. Like you hear like someone like Beyonce talk about it in her song, like alien superstar. I'm not of this world type of situation. Um, but I feel like a vast majority of people in this world are not real. They are AI type of thing. They are of the world. I think I forgot how the Bible worded it, but these people belong to the world. It's not a bad thing or a good thing or anything like that. Imagine like an AI generated image or a video. Imagine you have the ability to transport yourself into that image. You will be the only thing that is real in there. Everything else is not real. It's sort of like imagine walking into a room, sort of like an airplane. You walk into an airplane. In your consciousness, there are people in the airplane. Like the airplane is full. But how many people do you actually remember seeing in the airplane? Like you might lock eye with one or two people, but the vast majority of the people in that airplane you don't really interact with. But your consciousness tells you that there are people there. That's because they're not real. They're just figments of your imagination. Same thing too, like when you see something so outlandish, let's say like for example at in Disneyland, and you see a couple fighting, like doing all kinds of horse shit, or you see some just crazy, you hear something so outlandish on the news. That's because they're not real. Those are the people of this world. Another analogy to explain this is sort of like if you go to Target, right, or like a clothing store, you and the people who work there and the other shoppers are the only people who are real. But you'll see mannequins there. The mannequins are not real. So when you are so distracted by the things of this world and the people of this world, you get lost in this world without realizing that none of this is real. So you're fighting yourself over people or things that are not real. They're figments of your imagination. They are AI. They're AI generated. They're artificially intelligently generated. They are not real. Okay? So do not burn yourself out by the things of this world. And the smartest people, the smartest travelers, like me and you, who are, sentient beings who don't belong in this world, we're traveling here, are people who perform. You are a good performer because you are performing in caricature or in parody of the people of this world. This is where you see a lot of celebrities. Like for example, celebrity. I've used Nicki Minaj for example in the past, but it's not just Nicki Minaj that does this, right? Where you see for example Nicki Minaj will have mixed songs about being a ratchet bitch, and I know I just watched a music video by what's it called, Kendrick, not Kendrick, what's his name, Todrick Hall, and Bob the drag queen and somebody else. I think it's titled Roach Killer. They're talking about my tax return. I just blew it. My rent is not due, but I use my rent is due, but I've used my rent money to buy Beyonce ticket. That is in mockery. That is in caricature of people of this world that are not real. But Todrick Hall is not. That behavior is indicative of someone who is unintelligent, ratchet, ghetto, and blah blah blah. But Todrick Hall is not that. Bob the Drag Queen is not that. These people are very intelligent people. They're intelligent enough to perform and act in caricature and parody of the people of this world. That is sort of like acting like a mannequin. You're acting like a mannequin at Target. You know that is not real. So this is equivalent to what Jesus said in the Bible. Give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, but also give unto Christ what belongs to Christ, right? So when you are in this world, you understand that a lot of this shit is not real. A lot of the people you encounter are not real. But if you want to make money, if you have to make money, depending on your privilege, just act accordance to the world. Just give the fucking world a show. That's what they want to know, right? That's what they want to see. In this word, for example, there's such thing called black people. There's such thing called gay people. There's such thing called men or women or whatever the situation is. In this world, I just give the world a show of what a black man is, of what a gay person is, of what a woman is, what an American is, what a Nigerian is, what a South African is. Just give the world a show. But don't forget that this is all make believe. It's not real. Okay? In the end, you give all glory to that which the real consciousness within you. In this word is called the Christ consciousness, which is the real you, the real traveler. Do not get lost in the things of this world. This is why I don't watch the news, Chad. Because it's just intelligently designed to keep you subdued. It's just the way it is. So if you're getting lost in this world, suffering from depression, anxiety, you are reacting and getting lost to artificially intelligently created reality. It's not real, okay? Unplug. This is this world. This is how this world is designed. This is what it's designed to do. It's designed to be reeking of distortion. Doesn't matter what you're going through. Some days is hard. Some days is bad. Some days is up and rough and tough. But it's just the reality itself. This is how it's intelligently designed, this realm. But remember, you are not from here. You are not of this world. You are a traveler. Pay the shit dust. Some days if you catch it, just laugh. Take a nap. Sleep. Sleep is the best resetter, by the way. But a lot of these people that you meet in this world are not real. A lot of this shit is not real. Act in accordance. Give them a show. Don't get lost in this world, but you can perform as though you're getting lost in this world. So you can get your fucking bag and move the hell on. At the end of the day, we go back home to where we come from and leave this artificially intelligently designed place the fuck alone. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Uche, peace and love. And another thing too, if you find yourself judging someone who is acting in accordance to the world, you also expose yourself that you're not very intelligent. This is why the Bible said, "Judge not, lest you be judged." For example, right? Let's say, for example, you meet somebody who's ghetto, quote unquote ghetto, acting all outlandish and blah blah blah, and you're judging them like, "Oh my God, how could they do something like that?" That's because they're not real. Okay, they're just a caricature. They're just a mannequin, sort of like, yeah, a caricature if you want to call it that. They're AI. They're not real. So if you're making noise and judging someone who's doing all kinds of horseshit out there, you're not intelligent enough to realize that this is not the ultimate reality, or you're judging someone who's performing. You don't realize that the person is performing. Like for me, for example, most performers don't tell you that they're performing, but I don't give a shit, Chad. Most of my interaction in this world is performative. It just is, Chad. It just the fuck is. A lot of the things you see about me online, both on Instagram, I do my best to be as honest and authentic on TikTok. Shout out to all the people who see that. But Instagram, for example, I keep telling you, the internet is not real. Instagram is not a real place. That's also why I don't, I don't engage. I don't follow anyone. I don't comment. I don't respond because it's not real. I hope you know a lot of that is performance. Okay, so a lot of the things that you see someone like me do is performative. It's not real. I'm giving the world a show of what they say a black person is. That's what y'all think of a black person. Okay, well that shit. Let me give y'all a show. If the algorithm picks it up and runs me a fucking check, then so be it. Okay, this is what y'all think is a gay person. Then let me give y'all a show. This is why I met that video and I pinned it on my personal Instagram page. Like, yes, if you see me shaking my ass and blah blah blah, please watch my videos. I understand that this is what people want to see, not a problem. That's also what the algorithm wants to see, but don't get lost in all that shit. It's not real. If you want to know the real me, you have to meet me in person, interact with me in person. You come to see how very fucking different I am from the shit you see on Instagram, because Instagram is a performance, it's not a real place. So if you find yourself judging someone like me, that's because you don't understand that that is performance. You still get judged. The person judging you, or what's judging you, is not me. Is the I guess the continuum of everything that's judging you, because you're not intelligent enough to know that what you perceive is either not real or someone who is real, who is performing, given to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, but in the end they give to Christ what belongs to Christ. This is why the Bible also said on Judgment Day, Chad, you will be surprised who will be in heaven and who will not be in heaven. Okay, you'll be surprised. The person who you think is a low life, who you think is ratchet and ghetto, whatever the fuck you want to think of that person, might be the person in heaven. Yes, because they were performing the entire time and they were a good ass performer. Okay. Meanwhile, the person you thought was a saint might be in the depths of hell. This is why I do my best through God who strengthens me to be as authentic and blunt and transparent as much as possible. Imagine somebody like me, for example, who has a talent that I have, the gift that I have, the gift of knowledge to be able to, decipher things from a much deeper perspective, but then they're also lost in this world based on what the world tells them is intelligent. They'll be deep in the fucking closet. They wouldn't use words like F words and N word and B word. They'll be too busy trying to portray some ridiculous image of what the world says is a good person. That person will be lost in this world. But I don't give a shit because I've unplugged. None of this shit is real. I hope I'm making sense, Chad.